who is Wolfgang Schauble German finance minister, calls Brexit voters and lsquo fools. Mr. Schauble branded Brexit voters foolish and claimed the UK's exit from the European Union has led to stronger ties between the remaining nations. In an interview with the Financial Times, he said, "In voting to leave they made a great contribution to European integration. Though in the short term that doesn't really help Britain." He added that the Brexit vote showed how foolish it was to listen to demagogues who say, "We're paying too much for Europe." A member of Angela Merkel's Christian Democratic Union (CDU) party, Mr. Schauble is a veteran of German politics and a firm believer in the European Union. However, he has been critical of some of the bureaucracy within the Union. After the historic referendum in Britain, Mr. Schauble called on the bloc to take a more intergovernmental approach to problem solving, bemoaning the fact EU politicians take too long to make important decisions. Speaking to German newspaper Welt am Sonntag, he said, "You soon realize if the Commission isn't managing something, or if we're getting bogged down in the European Council. And that's when governments have a responsibility." Mr. Schäuble is a well-respected figure in German politics, though he has received criticism from civil rights activists for his austerity policies and hardline on counter-terrorism. The 75-year-old is Germany's Federal Minister of Finance, a post he will soon relinquish to become Speaker of the Bundestag, the German equivalent of the House of Commons. He was appointed to his new role by Chancellor Angela Merkel, who has handed him the galling task of welcoming 94 Alternative for Germany AfD politicians to the House. The far-right AfD party stunned Germany when they won nearly 13% of the vote at last month's election and are expected to clash with Schauble over his pro-EU background. Mr. Schauble also serves on the German government's Brexit committee, which deals with the UK's departure from the EU. He started his political career in 1961 when he joined the youth branch of the CDU. Since then he has held down a number of high-profile roles, including Federal Minister of the Interior and CDU party chairman. In 1990 he was the victim of an assassination attempt which left him paralyzed. The father of 4 was shot twice, once in the neck and once in the spine, has been confined to a wheelchair ever since. He battled health problems again in 2010, when complications from surgery and an allergic reaction to an antibiotic left him in intensive care. At the time, German media speculated about his resignation and even his chances of survival. However, Mrs. Merkel twice declined his offer to resign, and he made a full recovery.